Have you ever wondered how we went from clunky, steam-belching machines to the sleek, silent electric cars gliding down our streets today? The story of the automobile is more than just a history of engineering. It's a story of human ambition, innovation, and how a single invention completely reshaped our world. So buckle up, because we're about to take a high-speed journey through time, exploring the incredible evolution of the car. Our story doesn't start with gasoline, but with steam. Back in the late 1700s, long before the first Ford. Inventors like Nicolas Joseph Cugnat in France were experimenting with steam-powered road vehicles. Imagine a massive, heavy, three-wheeled contraption that looked more like a locomotive than a car. It was slow, topping out at a walking pace and incredibly difficult to steer. In fact, Cugnat's second vehicle famously crashed into a wall, marking perhaps the world's first ever automobile accident. These early steam carriages were fascinating novelties, but they were impractical for personal use. They were the dinosaurs of the automotive world, big, loud, and soon to be extinct. The real revolution kicked off in the late 19th century with the invention of the internal combustion engine. This was the game changer. In 1886, a German engineer named Carl Benz patented his Benz patent Motorwagen. This is widely considered the first true automobile. It wasn't a modified carriage. It was designed from the ground up around its engine. It had 3 wheels, a tiny one-cylinder engine, and could barely hit 10 miles per hour. His wife, Bertha Benz, became the world's first road tripper, taking the car on a 66-mile journey to visit her mother, proving its potential to the world. She even had to use her garter to insulate a wire and a hatpin to clean a fuel line. Talk about roadside repairs. At the dawn of the 20th century, cars were still a luxury item, a toy for the wealthy. They were handmade, expensive, and notoriously unreliable. Then, a man named Henry Ford entered the scene with a radical idea. What if a car could be affordable for the average family? In 1908, he introduced the Model T, but it wasn't just the car that was revolutionary, it was how he built it. In 1913, Ford perfected the moving assembly line. This slashed production time from over 12 hours per car to just 93 minutes. The price of the Model T plummeted. Suddenly, the dream of owning a car was within reach for millions. The Model T put the world on wheels. It wasn't just a machine. It was a symbol of freedom and opportunity. Cities began to sprawl, suburbs were born, and the idea of the family road trip became an American institution. The car wasn't just changing how people moved, it was changing how they lived. The 1920s and 30s, the Roaring Twenties, and the Art Deco era saw cars become more than just transportation. They became statements of style and status. Companies like General Motors introduced the concept of annual model year changes and a variety of colors, a stark contrast to Ford's. Any color you like, as long as it's black philosophy. Closed-body cars became common, offering protection from the weather. Engines got more powerful, designs became more elegant, and features we now take for granted, like electric starters and synchronized transmissions, started to appear. Cars from this era, like the Duesenberg Model J or the Bugatti Type 57, were rolling works of art. After World War II, the automotive industry exploded, especially in America. The 1950s became the golden age of the American automobile. Fuel was cheap, optimism was high, and the cars reflected that spirit. We got tail fins inspired by jet fighters, acres of chrome, and powerful V8 engines. Cars like the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air or the 1959 Cadillac Eldorado became cultural icons, embodying the rock and roll energy of the era. The interstate highway system was being built, further fueling America's love affair with the open road. This was the birth of car culture as we know it: drive-in theaters, roadside diners, and cruising down Main Street on a Saturday night. But the party couldn't last forever. The 1970s brought a harsh reality check in the form of the oil crisis. Suddenly, fuel efficiency mattered more than horsepower. Those big gas-guzzling land yachts of the 50s and 60s gave way to smaller, more economical cars. This crisis opened the door for Japanese automakers like Toyota and Honda, who had mastered the art of building reliable, fuel-efficient vehicles. They introduced innovations in manufacturing and quality control that forced American and European companies to step up their game. The focus shifted from style to substance, from raw power to practical efficiency. This era also saw a huge leap forward in safety, with the introduction of features like airbags and anti-lock brakes becoming more common. The 80s and 90s were the dawn of the digital age, and cars followed suit. Electronic fuel injection replaced carburetors, making engines more efficient and reliable. Onboard computers, or engine control units, began to manage everything from engine performance to climate control. Aerodynamics played a bigger role in design, leading to the smoother, more rounded shapes we're familiar with today. The minivan and the SUV were born, changing the family car landscape forever. Performance came roaring back too, but this time it was smarter, more controlled power. Seen in icons like the Ferrari F40 or the McLaren F1. And that brings us to the 21st century, the era of the most radical transformation since the invention of the car itself. Two major forces are at play: electrification and automation. Hybrids like the Toyota Prius went from a niche product to a mainstream success, paving the way for fully electric vehicles. Then, companies like Tesla completely disrupted the industry, proving that electric cars could be not just efficient, but desirable, fast, and packed with cutting-edge technology. Today, nearly every major automaker is investing billions in electric vehicle development. We're witnessing the slow death of the internal combustion engine, a technology that has dominated our lives for over a century. At the same time, we're on the cusp of another revolution: autonomous driving. Cars that can drive themselves are no longer science fiction. Advanced driver assistance systems like adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist are already common. Fully self-driving cars are being tested on public roads right now. The implications are staggering. Imagine a future where traffic accidents are nearly eliminated, where you can work or relax during your commute, and where mobility is accessible to everyone, regardless of their ability to drive. From a steam-powered cart crashing into a wall to a sleek electric vehicle that can practically drive itself. The evolution of the car is a remarkable story. It's a journey of relentless innovation, cultural change, and human ingenuity. The car has defined our cities, our lifestyles, and even our dreams. And as we stand on the brink of the electric and autonomous age, one thing is clear. The most exciting chapter in this incredible story is just beginning. What do you think the car of the future will look like? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey through automotive history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos. See you in the next one.